13-year pro, UC Davis Hall of Fame member, MLS Cup champion, and USSF licensed coach Quincy Amarikwa here, and happy to present the Perfect Soccer Podcast, where your host, 7-year MLS and USL Pro Akeem O'Connor-Ward, goes one-on-one to get to know your favorite and aspiring pro players and coaches, both on and off the pitch. Today's episode is sponsored by PerfectSoccerSkills.com. Our $5 buy one get one free mini ball and our 10 size 5 balls for only $150 specials are both now available for purchase on our website. And for those of you interested in customized items, we've got you covered as well, with our custom designed jerseys and full uniforms starting as low as $25, and our custom designed soccer balls for you, your club, or school also starting as low as $25. Get all the info you need and place your order at PerfectSoccerSkills.com. If you have any specific soccer needs, special requests, or know someone perfect to be a guest on our podcast, please send an email to our support team at contact@PerfectSoccerSkills.com. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
What's up, peeps? It's your boy Akeem O'Connor-Ward here, your Perfect Soccer podcast host. Like I always say, we have a good one in store for you, but this time, I'm serious. We have a good one in store for you. I would like to introduce a high school dual athlete who played soccer and ran cross country in high school. 3-time Skagit Herald Boys Soccer Player of the Year, Western Washington all-time assist leader, and top 10 in points, goals, and minutes played. After moving to the pro ranks, he has won 2 USL championships and has won 4 Eastern Conference titles. A former Tulsa Roughneck player, former Louisville City player, and more recently, my teammate at Memphis. I would like to give you a warm welcome to my boy, Oscar Jimenez. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up here, bro. It's good to have you on
Man,
the pod, bro.
it's great. It's great to be here, especially with an intro like that.
Bro,
You're getting a little creative. I like it.
I didn't. Oh, also, guys, welcome. Turbo's in the background. He's popped up there, but yeah, that's the one of the coolest kitties out there. So, um, yeah, bro, I didn't do anything with the intro. That's all you. I don't know if you've looked back and
No,
recognize.
I mean, it's just the way you presented it. It's very different from Memphis. In Memphis, you weren't as animated, as excited when you talked to me. So this is good.
Trenches, bro. Bro, we've been over this for starters. Don't ever say I didn't respect you, because don't do that. I literally told you I respect.
I'm not saying that. I'm just.
Bro, okay, I'm glad to hear that, but I just want to let you know, seeing and hearing and all the accolades and seeing everything, bro, I was like, bro, this just reinforces, bro, that the homie's legit, like, for sure. But, we got to start somewhere. We got to start from the beginning. So, like, what was your kind of earliest memory of, like, of playing soccer? Like, what that look like for you, and how did that look?
There's people that have memories of kicking the ball for the first time and stuff, and that's to me it's crazy because I can't remember that far. But my earliest memories of playing soccer was in Mexico,
Mhm.
playing at the local like basketball courts, like late at night under the lights, just as a kid, I think like 12 years old, 11 years old, going to the basketball courts at night and just playing 4v4 or 5v5 and just waiting till your mom yells at you to come eat dinner and stuff like that. Those are my best memories early on of playing soccer.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds legit. How far was it from your house? Was it close to the house, or was it like?
Yeah, my parents are from a small town in Mexico, so everything's relatively close. And the cool thing about it was when you weren't playing and you got stuck on the outside because your team lost, there was a across like the street was a, little market where you could go buy chips and soda, and there was this little video game machine that had like like a fighting game and a soccer game, and so you'd be like playing on the machine and looking out the window, seeing if your team's next, and it was a good time.
That sounds sick. That sounds like a
Yeah.
great experience. So from there, like, what did like youth soccer look like for you? Because that looks different for everyone, because you're saying, you played pickup at a young age, and that was like I guess, organized, not organized kind of situation, like when was it like the organized youth soccer came about for you?
I guess, I mean, Younger than that, I do remember playing on a team sponsored by Tireless Schwab. We wore a red like cotton t-shirt and it had Tireless Schwab down the center. And this was probably ran by the YMCA, I think, just like a rec soccer team. But I remember, wearing a red shirt, black shorts, just the standard black Adidas shoes with the three stripes on them. Got the little uh, the thing that holds the tongue down. You know what I'm
Wait,
talking about?
the hotspot. No, 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 no,
I
what's
don't
it
know
called?
I forgot what it was called, but you put it around like underneath your boot so it keeps the tongue down.
Need someone in the
The
comments to get
sweet spot type thing.
sweet spot, bro.
Is
That's what
that
it's
it?
called.
Sweet spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro. I should call it hotspot, bro. What am I talking about?
But yes, I think it was organized by the YMCA, but I played on that team sponsored by Tyler Schwab. I don't remember the team name. But then from there it was a couple of years of like rec soccer. Then there was a team that was sponsored by my dad's company where he works called Washington Bulb, a tulip company. And we wore green with a huge Umbro sign in the middle. It was massive.
Bro,
Just
you gotta love the
Umbro sign.
sponsors just taking advantage of the kids, just
Yeah.
big sponsors and stuff on the middle of the shirts.
But that was when I probably made like my best friends growing up as a kid was there. Good times. We were always winning, and it was a really good team before I got there. And then I got there, it was fun to be on a team that won all the time. So it was that, and then I moved into like select soccer,
Okay.
um, which was I got on the local team there in Skagit County called Skagit Storm. And at that time, there was like Premier levels. It was like Premier 1, Premier 2, Premier 3, and I think I was in Premier Gold to start. So it was like the fourth tier of youth soccer. And I just played because it was the closest thing to my home. And so made it easy on my parents to get me to practice, pick me up from practice, stuff like that.
No, I hear that. So kind of moving up the ranks from that, bro, you've always been winning, it sounds like. Moving up the ranks to go to high school. I peeped a little bro, it makes sense now. Cause me and you always talked about in the off season, bro. You're like, yeah, I go on like 8 mile runs. I'm like, bro, that sounds terrible. So I'm literally putting two and two together. Bro, you're in cross country, bro, until senior year of high
Yeah,
school.
it's not because I enjoyed running. It was just because I was trying to stay fit for soccer. And I knew that if I did that sport, it was just long distance running. And in a soccer game, you're running those distances. Obviously, you're sprinting and all this different stuff. But if I could do that sport and, build up my endurance, I was like, why not do it? It wasn't like my favorite thing. And I got in trouble quite a lot from the coaches because I ran with some friends and like my cousin was on the team and they would give us routes to run and we would run and me and him or me and some of the friends would stop at somebody's yard and like eat apples or eat plums and just hang out and then take a shortcut to get to the other get closer and we got caught a few times and it wasn't fun for me, but it did what I wanted it to do, which was make me fitter for soccer.
Bro, that's really even just thinking about it, that's so smart, bro. Like I wouldn't even think of like, yeah, let me just join the cross country team, just stay fit. Bro, yeah, because most of what we do is running, but I don't think many people are willing to do that. So that says a lot about you. It's also very smart um looking at that. So what
Yeah.
was the cross country season? When was that compared to soccer? It's different places.
Yeah, I think it was spring because soccer was in the fall,
Yeah,
I
okay.
think. So it was spring. Um, I think it was during football season. So I remember football would be training, and then it was like girls soccer was also playing at that time, and then cross country. And then in the spring it was boys soccer, and then track and field,
Yeah.
um, baseball. Um,
Yeah, it's the same. Sounds like same out east where it was like us. Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense. All
yeah.
right. And then so seemed like things were going good on the soccer side of things. So like how did your, I think everyone's looks different. How did your like kind of college recruitment process look like? Did you want to go to college? Like, was that, you know, on your mind? Like, how did that come to fruition?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to go to college. I wasn't if I look back on like how I went about getting recruited, I didn't do as many things as I should have.
Mhm.
Um, I just think I was trying to make sense of the whole thing. I knew I really enjoyed playing soccer. School was like, it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite thing.
Mhm.
And at that time, like when I was a junior in high school, I played for a team up north in Whatcom County called Whatcom Rangers, who the coach of that team was the head coach of the university I ended up going to.
Okay.
And he kind of started putting that in my head, like you can play in college if you really want to, like you're good enough to play in college. And he immediately said, I would like love to have you at Western Washington. And then I kind of just with that, him saying that and then saying like he would try to his best to make it free for me because I know college is expensive and I know when I was thinking about going to college, my parents, you know, I don't think they were going to be able to pay for college. I was going to either have to get a loan or whatever it was. So
Mhm.
at the time, there was also some things going on in my family with my younger sister. So
Mhm.
I think I chose to go to Western Washington because of the proximity of being closer to home. It's
Mhm.
only like a 30-minute drive from where my parents are now, where they were then.
Okay.
And so I think I wanted to stay close by, just, to be closer to family, could come down and see them during the week if I really needed to. And then every weekend I was down there, having my mom's cooking and everything. So I didn't do a lot of like branching out, trying to find the big schools and whatnot. I just kind of heard, hey, you could play college soccer. This school, we're pretty decent. We can offer you almost a full ride, which it ended up working out. And so now I don't have any college debt, which is fantastic. I mean, I'm there's people that are well into their 40s still paying for school, and so that's
Mhm.
something I'm really thankful of. But I do wish, looking back, that I would have tried maybe doing a little bit more to maybe get into a bigger school, a stronger soccer school. But
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Is like, yeah, if you obviously if everything is perfectly, aligned with family and you did things differently, is there like a school that you would want to go to, or it's like yeah, like I know people
uh,
have their dream schools as they call it, but
I don't think I have a dream school that I wish I would have gone to back in the day. I just think it would have been nice to like experience a new like state or a new, just a new city. Um, if I was to choose, I mean, it would have been nice to go to the University of Washington so I could have lived in Seattle because I've never lived in Seattle. And now that I'm my age now, I really enjoy cities, big cities. And so it would have been really cool to experience that.
okay.
But any school in California as well.
That's you give off that vibe. Yeah, 100%. That would have been a nice little nice little vibe for you. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So at your time at Western Washington, you guys won a lot. You killed it, bro. Like every year, I was looking at the stats of it that you killed it year after year. So was there like a time that you or your coach, because you said your coach before was like, hey, you're good enough to play um college. Was there a conversation or a thought process on your end like, hey, I think I'm good enough to be a pro now, or did you want to be a pro, or how did that look,
Yeah, I wanted to be a pro, but I also didn't necessarily think of being a pro right then and then. Right then and there, I think my mindset was like this is the way you do it is you play in high school, you go to college, you play in college, and then after college you become a pro. Nowadays, obviously that's changed quite a bit, but I think it was once it was the beginning of my junior year is when I started to like really think about like I really want to do this. Like, I really want to be a pro for, right after I finish school. That would be great. But I spoke with my coach and he told me, he was real with me and said, you play for a Division II school who hasn't made it to the tournament. So there's not a lot of like people watching this school or looking at this division. So that kind of sucked to hear, but at the same time, I was like, well, I'm just going to continue working hard and, hopefully something happens. And so obviously not knowing how the system worked, that's kind of just was my mindset. I'm just going to continue working hard, doing all the right things, and hopefully something happens.
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And just you even touched on it, but like the main question for me is like, what did it look like after college? Like, because there wasn't an immediate like, oh, I'm a pro now. It was
Mhm.
drafting and working. So like, how was that time in between? Like getting the no's or and then no looks or having to work harder and to kind of just find an opportunity. Like, what did that look?
Yeah. So obviously there's like the MLS combine and stuff, which I didn't get a chance to go to or anything like that or get invited. But I think once I finished my senior season and you would see the players that got invited to those were basically all Division I players. Um, Maybe you saw an NAIA player and occasionally a Division II player, but it didn't happen for me. And so then my next step was to ask, for help. I was like, well, where do I go from here? Like, what do I do? And so the next option was to find like companies that ran combines themselves. And
Mm,
so that was my next move was to, research companies that ran pro combines that would have pro coaches at their combines. And I started going to them. I started paying out of my own pocket to go to a few. Um, I think the first one I went to was in Las Vegas, a 3-day thing. It was all right. It was kind of interesting on how, it went like things went about, but nothing came from it. So it was like I spent a lot of money, nothing happened. I had to come back, work some more to make more money to then try and get onto another one. And that's kind of like the path that happened for me. I finished college and I started working at the high school I attended as a bilingual instructor and a special ed assistant. And I was just working. I was working from 8 a.m., 7:30 till 2:30 when school got out, sometimes till 3:30 and uh, working. And then in the summers playing PDL and just still trying to make some money so that I can go to combines. And I went to one in San Diego, which I did pretty well in. Got some interest from a club in Finland, but it was like come to Finland and try out for the team for a month, and I was like, I don't know. And so then that same company that did the combine made a showcase team with all the best players from all the combines they did in different states, and we went to Sweden. So I got invited to that showcase team, and we went to Sweden and Finland, and we played in 5 games in 15 days, and nothing came of that. So I had to pay out of pocket again quite a bit, go to Sweden, which was great. Like just being there was really cool, but nothing happened. So
yeah. I don't want to cut you, but like this, I want people to understand this is not weeks, months. This is like over years. Am I correct?
yeah, over 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is not a
years.
week endeavor situation. This is like
Nah.
years of grafting and grinding and saving up, going no, saving up, going no, saving
Yeah.
up, going no. So when was the yeah, bro? Just honestly,
Yeah.
bro. No, it's
It's
just
true,
like,
bro. It's true.
bro, people don't like, yeah, this is unbelievable, bro. Um, I think me and you spoke about it briefly, but not to this extent, you know.
Mhm.
But when did you get that first yes, and like, how did that feel?
I got my first yes in 2024. So I went to another one in San Diego. I had good luck in the first one. Then I played well. So I said, there's another one in San Diego. Let's go.
2014 or 2024?
Sorry, 2014.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Tired, bro. I'm tired. Too much flying recently. 2014, I went to it. I did really well on the first day. And at the end of the day, David Irving, who was at that time Tulsa Roughnecks, their head coach. That was the first year they were going into the USL, and he was there. And after the first day, he came up to me and said, you did really well today. I want to offer you a contract for my team. You'll be the first signed player.
That's sick, bro.
Let me,
What?
yeah, let me know what you think. The following day, I had interest from another Finnish team. After that, ROPS, something like that. Um, and it was very similar to the first time where it was come for a month on trial. We'll pay for your hotel, but you got to get yourself there. And so I was stuck in this kind of like, do I go try this in Europe, or do I take a for sure kind of thing that this guy offered me? And so I think because I had spent 3 years, 3.5 years grinding, just knowing that I had something for sure there, I decided to jump on that opportunity. And on the second day after the second day of the combine, I signed the contract for Tulsa in 2014 for the 2015 season, because that combine was in December, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. Wait, when the season started then? Same March, right? Probably same.
Yeah, preseason started probably late January, early February.
Oh, so that was a quick
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, it was sign the contract, come back home to Washington, tell my parents, just like trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to Tulsa.
How
In
did
2 months, in a month and a half.
feel, bro? After 3 years of just just grinding, bro? You're going home too to tell people like I'm not coming back to work, bro.
Yeah, I did.
Like,
Felt
like
really
yo,
good.
I'm not coming back to work, bro. I'm
Yeah.
putting my time in, I'm done, bro.
Yeah, some of the staff members were sad, of course. Some of the kids I'd been working with were sad, but very happy because I had told the high school that I was working at that this is what I was trying to do. Like, would they allow me to occasionally leave to do combines and stuff like that? And they were really, really nice. The district was really, really nice about letting me leave. Um, but yeah, I felt really, really good because I finally felt like I had my foot in the door. And that was all I was trying to do the entire time since finishing college, was just trying to get my foot in the door, because that's what I kept hearing from older friends who have played and stuff like that. It's like, you just got to get your foot in the door. And so I just kept trying and trying, and nothing would come up. And so finally, when I signed that, I just felt a big relief.
That's amazing. So fast forwarding, bro, you've gotten on the team. Do you remember your first game as a pro and then your first goal?
I do remember my first game. Um, I was pretty nervous for sure. I played in the middle of the park in a 4-4-2,
Yeah.
and I didn't necessarily have a lot of touches on the ball, I remember, but I did run a lot. Um,
Who'd you play? Bro,
I did run a lot.
the cross country is
Yeah.
coming in clutch, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the style of play we were playing wasn't very get your midfielders on the ball. It was a lot of just, going into the striker and trying to play off of him. And so I was doing a lot of this and running around, but definitely nervous. I remember one of my first touches, I completed my pass and it felt really nice. I was like, this is good. Good start. Um, and then my first goal, my only goal, was against LA Blues, which is now OC.
Oh, bro, wow, LA Blues.
Yeah,
Sick.
at home. It was a left-footed, just kind of tap in. One of my teammates just got it out wide and played a really hard ball across like the six, like between the six penalty spot, and I was just there, kind of like in the middle of the back stick, and just passed it in.
Do you go
So
wild? Do you go crazy or what?
I don't remember what I did. I don't remember. I'll have
You
to look
blacked
back.
out, bro. You blacked out.
Probably did. It was like it was in we played in a baseball field, and it was on the back side where like, and
Mhm.
I think I was gonna go celebrate, but I was like, I just saw this huge wall, and I was like, do I jump all like try to jump to the top of the wall? I was like, nah, I don't got those hops.
Bro, this guy, I don't have that, man. Okay, so then at Tulsa, you establish yourself a bit more, and then you kind of make the next step. Like, how did that look for you? Because everyone talks about, becoming a pro, like, was really difficult for you. Do you think staying a pro is just as hard? Um,
100%. I mean, I finally got my foot in the door, and then the following season, I didn't get picked up by Tulsa or by anybody else. Didn't really get any looks. So I had
okay.
to go back home, work at the high school again, and then play
I mean, guys,
PDL.
I got it back. Like,
Yeah, play PDL in Mississippi. I went and played PDL in Mississippi for the summer, and the coach at the time was Mark McKeever, and he called me on the phone and said, come play for me. You'll enjoy your football. And then if you're still trying to play in the USL, I'll see what I can do. I have a bit of connections. I can try and get you a trial after the season. And so when I heard that, get you a trial after the season, I said, let's go. I want to keep playing. I'm really hungry to be back there. So yeah, it's really hard. I mean, it's really hard to maintain a pro because there's so many things that go into it. Um, Things I didn't know until I was in the actual mix when it's like you're not playing, you're not being favored, or you're playing well, you get a little injury. How do you come back from it? How do you take care of your body? Like, do you get distracted with going out with the boys? Like those are things that as a first year pro you're trying to navigate, and if you don't do it right, like it could put you down, put you out.
okay. So we kind of fast forward, to 2017. Was that when you went on trial, Louisville?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I went on trial to Louisville for 3 days in January. It was cold. It's really cold. Um,
3-day trial. Okay.
3 day trial, yeah. Um, and I did well. I trained in those days. It was 3 days, and it was I played in the midfield, and I remember in that 3 day trial was Luke Spencer and also like Richard Ballard, who ended up getting on the team as well. And I remember when I saw Luke's size and he was the striker, I was like, and I kept on his team, and I was like, this guy's huge. So every time I got the ball, my first idea was like, how can I get the ball to that guy? And so I think we did pretty well at linking up and stuff, which maybe helped my cause. Um, but after the trial, I went home, and I got a phone call from James and saying he really liked me, but he had already picked his center midfielders for the year. But there was an opening at outside back, at left back, that he thought that I could do the job if I put my head to it, my mind to it, and if I was interested. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like I wanna be a part of this.
That's sick, bro. That's how you made the change.
That's how I made the change.
It was, I'm either going to not be a pro or I'm going to adapt and
Yep.
go be a left fullback. And we might even say, rightfully so, like it helps you, stay a pro literally
Yeah.
to this day.
Enjoy learning what it takes to become a better player from professional soccer players? Well, how would you like to work with professional players one-on-one? Now you can with Be Pro by Perfect Soccer. Head over to perfectsoccerskills.com/BEPRO to apply to work with our network of pro players today.
So talk to me, bro, about the dynasty that was created. Dynasty that was created and you were a part of, bro. From 2 USL championships, bro. 4 Eastern Conference titles. Like, how do you think it was done? Like you were in it, right? Like, and I think people would love to hear, you know, winning's one thing, right?
Yeah.
Constantly winning is a different whole animal in itself, and I'm talking from zero experience from either. So, like, just love to hear like what do you think the formula was to get it done, to not do it once, to do it again, and then just be so dominant.
Um, well, when I got there, they had already established themselves as kind of like this team that is winning because 2 years prior they had made the Eastern Conference final, I believe. And so getting there, that was kind of the talk was like, we're about winning. And the last 2 seasons we've gotten there, but just not, we haven't had that in like the extra push or whatever. But one thing that fascinates me, and I talked about this the other day with one of my teammates here when I look back, is before getting on the team or before getting sent the contract to play for Louisville City, I had to take a personality test online. And I took the test, obviously didn't really know my results, whatever. But when I look back at playing for that team, especially those first 2 seasons, was it kind of makes sense. Like everybody on the team was really hardworking, hungry, like would hold themselves to a very high standard. They would be holding people accountable, but most importantly themselves. And that was just the way the entire locker room was from top to bottom. Um, and so I think throughout the years of playing there, it has stayed, regardless of who the coach has been, that has stayed there the entire time. And it's because of players that are like have played there from the beginning. Because when I got there, there was guys that had played the 2 years prior, and it was like training sessions. The very first one, you start to hear like what really matters, and it just you get like just infused with all this stuff. That now you're saying these things, and because I was there for such a long time, now I'm the one saying these things, and then you just push it on to other people, and it's just I know everyone talks about culture and stuff like that, but it's a mindset from the club itself. And I think regardless of the managers that have been there or that are there, it just everyone feeds off that. And so I think that's what's made them super successful. Um, so I think for sure that.
Oh, that's so interesting to hear that. Like for a personality test, that just looking back at it, as like that'd be like wow, but like, do you think some guys were turned away if the person like if that wasn't what they're looking for from a personality standpoint?
I
Like,
believe so. I believe if they said if some of the results on those things said, I don't even know what categories are or whatever, but if it said some things that weren't aligned with what at the coach at the time, James O'Connor wanted, I'm sure it wouldn't have worked. Um, and so it just like we talked about this one time on an away trip. And we were looking at rosters from all the years and the years that we've won it. And
exactly,
and
you and Leston though.
yeah, and on paper, you and Leston were very big on a lot of other teams are way better on paper. You saw it on paper. Their players, like the quality was way better on other teams, but Louisville City ended up going to the final because I think it's just those little things like maybe they never had the most talent on their team, but they knew how to fight for each other and play for each other and just do what needed to be done to win a game.
No, I I I I I respect that, and I've played against them so many times, and it's just like you don't realize until you're on the field because everyone can see from the outside, but like hearing how they speak to each other, bro. Like, and you've been in it, and it's like one guy will say something and snap at another guy, and it'll be the right thing. But I've been on multiple teams where that guy will snap back.
Hmm.
I didn't hear anything. The guy just took it and just kept going on with it. And I was like, wait, that's that's weird to me. That's like
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy to me because I've been on teams where a lot of guys would snap back or get upset. I even heard one time guys say, "Oh yeah, you're right, my bad," and then get on with it. And I'm just like, there's something different there that like they're getting to the point of holding each other accountable, but no one's taking it personal.
Yeah.
And
That's the biggest point is to not take it personally. Yeah.
and they weren't taking it personal. And I'm like, yo, that's dangerous. You got a whole bunch of guys like that don't take things personally, which you've had and they continue to have. Just piecing what you said together, I think that's a crazy formula to be able to, do what you guys did. Um, yeah, man. So, Louisville was what it was for you. Um, moving past that, how was it, how has it felt, since leaving there, you went to Memphis and then, now you're at Tormenta. So how have things been for you in like that transition? Because it's not easy and it's not common for someone to be at a club in the USL for more than 2 years. Like that's very rare,
Mhm.
So you kind of built a home, just like you said, you were that mentality is literally ingrained in you, I would
Mhm.
say. So
Yeah.
how is that adjusting to, a different style of play, a different mentality, different guys who don't think like you do, any like, how has that been for you?
Yeah, I mean, you were there at Memphis, so you probably saw me, but I struggled quite a bit. I struggled quite a bit internally because being at a club for so long and just kind of instilling certain values and ways that I go about my business or the team should go about their business, it makes it very difficult to then start with something new that, like you said, there's people that might think differently than me, which there's always going to be people that think differently than you. But if everyone can kind of have a base of like certain things that we all think alike on, then that's great and that works. But like with my first experience being away from that club and at Memphis, I really struggled because I wanted to I wanted to instill some of those things, values, aspects of the game, but it was hard to find the proper way of doing it. I tried certain ways and it didn't go well, so then it kind of shut me down, and and so it was a lot of trying to navigate how do I get this message across that it's really, really important, but I don't want it to seem like, you know, I'm just I don't know, complaining or I'm just it's only my way or the highway or it's like something like that. And so it's been really, really difficult because I think since being there, I've changed as a person as well outside of soccer that I've lived my life almost the same way that I did with the same values that I had on the field are now instilled in me outside. So about like being reliable, being punctual, being held accountable with little things. Like I try to be that way outside of soccer and it's been very difficult and I'm still struggling it to this day with those aspects of since leaving that club. I've been trying to teach, instill, but it's hard. It's hard sometimes to get messages across when, there's people that don't want to hear them. And it's okay that people don't want to hear them, but it's just,
No, no, I get you. We were in the trenches. We were
yeah,
we were in the
yeah.
trenches. And like from my career, I can only imagine how you felt, going from what you went to and what something you helped build to going to, I always say Memphis was a club of opportunities, bro. Like we were just a bunch of misfits. We either needed contracts,
Mhm.
we needed opportunity. Those are the two things. We needed literally something, and the club provided something for us, and we were all kind of in it together. Um, and yeah, pro. It wasn't what I wanted to be, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. Um,
Yeah.
in the end, Um, and so. Yeah, bro. I ended up meeting you, bro. Whether you think it or not, you influenced me in a positive way. I tried to tell you. I don't know if you remember that me telling you that
I
you thought I
remember,
was taking the piss.
and I believed you,
You thought
but
I
you
was,
know,
you
you
thought I was
joked
taking
me
the
up.
piss. You really thought I was taking the piss, but I was being genuine, and I'm still being genuine to this day. Like even hearing it now in this and how you framed it like this is super powerful, man. And like yeah, I'm definitely envious of what you had, um, and what you've been through, especially um, with the club at Louisville. So yeah.
Mm. No,
But
I believe you, man, for
thank
sure.
finally, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I just firstly, hey man, I really appreciate you, bro. You're taking the piss. Come on. Look at that, bro. I don't care. It's like, bro, why don't you think I respect you, Oscar? I don't know why you don't think I respect
No,
you, bro.
I really do think you do. I just at first I was just like I was myself taking a piss out of you.
Yeah, bro. All right, bro. These are the Quincy questions. This is our CEO. He has 5 questions. He has every guest answer. They're not
Okay.
easy, but I think you're very well spoken and smart. And so these will be. I'm interested to see your answers, and then we'll do like 3 or 4 fun questions, and then
Okay.
I might even toss my one question here, depending on how it is. But for time purposes, obviously, I want to get you out of here. So hopefully 15 minutes max, bro.
No
Um,
problem.
all right, ready, bro? Here's
Yeah.
one first out of
Is
the
this
five.
like a fire question we have to answer right away? Like one
It's,
word answer?
there are questions that make you think.
Oh, okay, okay.
And we don't send them to the guests before because we want to kind of feel what you get in the moment. So you can take your time to think, or if you need to skip one, we'll come back to it. So, right? So, what is the most important skill or quality that has helped you become a successful pro?
Patience.
Okay, okay,
I would
elaborate.
say I would say patience, uh, not just with like time, but with people and with like teammates, because everyone is different. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. Everyone has grown up a different way. And so having the patience to be able to listen to people and really learn who they are, so that you can find a way to work together and be like positive in that. I think patience is a huge, huge thing that, a lot of the times we want results or we want money or we want everything as fast as we possibly can. And sometimes it's just, it'll get there. You just need to like be patient.
Nah.
Um,
Hey, okay. That I haven't we haven't heard patience on here. I don't think you've heard patience.
okay.
Good one, especially it's like that. This I don't want to hear this answer, right? Number 2. What is the biggest mistake pro players are making?
This can be anything like,
Yeah, bro. Like what do you see like sometimes what's something that you see like, bro, like yeah, it's a mistake. Like people should be doing this differently. Like it's your opinion, right?
okay. I think the biggest mistake pro players are making, are not being coachable or believing that they know, let's say, for example, they know their body best, or they know this is how football should be and stuff. And I am a culprit of it sometimes too, with things. But I think if you can really open your eyes and open, your thoughts to what's coming in, the information that's coming, it no one's really out there to make you fail. And so when things are said or when things are like being told to you, uh, and you're disagreeing with it or you don't really want to listen because you know this and that, I feel like that's a bad thing and it could really burn bridges. It could really make you lose opportunities further on in your career, and in the moment, playing time, stuff like that. I think that's the biggest thing. I think for me, looking back, if I would have been stubborn and just, told James O'Connor, like, no, I'm a midfielder, then we wouldn't be here talking about all
100%.
this time that I've been playing.
100%.
But, uh, you know, because in my head, I still think I'm a midfielder, but you know.
Bro, you're preaching to the choir, bro. I was a winger, bro. Pacey winger, step overs, and the coach was like, same situation. Hey, yeah, I think you'd be a better fullback. I said, no, don't think that. Next thing I'm in the position and I'm playing, and I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I have to play, right fullback. And then we get to college, and the coach was like, hey, yeah, we're bringing in a right fullback, so we think you should play left fullback. I'm like, I don't play left fullback. And they're like, yeah, yeah, you'll figure it out. And kind of here we are. So it's just like, yeah, imagine both of us said, nah, I'm good. Yeah, we're definitely not in the positions, we are now. So
Mhm.
I like that answer. Okay, bro. Number three. What advice would you give to a young player trying to go pro?
There's so many pieces of advice I think I could give for
I
sure.
know, but I need something that like.
I think one of the biggest things is to not, there's going to be moments of self-doubt, of course, but I think to really fight yourself on having that self-doubt. Because if you really want something, you really want to be a pro, you know how it is, you yourself. Like, there's coaches that like you, there's coaches that don't. There's coaches that think you're a good footballer, there's coaches that don't. And you just have to be in a situation where you find a coach that does think your qualities are beneficial for his team, or they are going to work. So, like, if a coach doesn't like you and says you're not good enough, if you fall into that self-doubt and now, like, well, this coach of this team just said I'm not good enough to be a pro, so maybe I should hang the boots or not even keep going. It's like, what if that coach gets fired and then a new coach comes in for that same club and is like, Akeem, like, your skill set, I really like that. You're going to be on my team. So, uh,
Mhm.
just that's one big piece, is like pushing through that, the nose, pushing through that. Don't go into self-doubt if people tell you you're not good enough. If you want it, keep trying your hardest and exploring as much as you can, and not just giving up after one coach or two coach tells you that you're not good enough to be a pro.
I got you. This is me, not you saying this. Another man's trash is another man's treasure.
Okay, fair.
That's kind of how I think of it. Um, no, I like that, bro. Yeah, I think the way we use soccer now and kind of how things are moving, like
Yeah.
hearing no's and they're like, I'm done. Like, cool. Like, mom, I'm out type situation. More so
Mhm.
kind of trying to persevere, bro, because you're like the spitting image of perseverance, bro. Honestly, from 3 years, bro. And then getting it, tasting it, and then being like, "Yep, well, we got to start over again." Um, and then having the career we've had. So that's yeah, guys, you need to listen to him. That's what I'm saying, basically. Um, oh, this is one of my favorites, bro. And I've had some crazy answers, right?
Okay.
What is something most people think is true that you believe isn't? This could be for anything.
What is something that most people think is true?
Yes.
I don't believe it's true.
That you believe is not true. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Why are you laughing, bro? It's gonna be
Because, like, I've never thought about this question. So now I'm in the spot
I
where you
could
need an
it could be
answer.
I can give you the example I use for everyone, but it's like it's just literally because I had Tristan on, and Tristan believes that aliens are real and other people don't. So like that's a situation like that.
Yeah, but I feel like those are common answers, and that, and
I don't want that.
going to the moon and stuff like that. Like, you know,
You're
um,
a deep thinker, bro. So I know something's in there.
yeah. There's there might be something in here. I want to think for a second. Um,
People think is true that you believe isn't.
what do people think? What do people think is true that I don't
Yeah.
believe? Um,
This is the one that makes everyone has to sometimes, hey, I'll skip and come back, or like,
yeah,
they,
give me a sec. Let's go to the next one.
oh, bro, you're one of the, oh, no. This is
Okay, I'll stick. Hold on. I don't even know where my head's at right now with this.
This one's a blank, bro. I won't lie to you. When you said, I don't even remember my response, but my head went blank. I won't lie to you. I can give you another question and we can come back to that.
Yeah, I mean, you just gave me a hard time for saying that.
No, but it's okay, bro. Like I feel bad
Okay.
now. You're at the
All
point.
right.
It's just you've gone from thinking about something to like not thinking about anything. Okay. What is something you'd move forward with if you weren't scared of a bad outcome?
What is something I would move forward with if I wasn't scared of a bad outcome? Um,
This goes for anything as well. This doesn't have to just be footy.
I think I've always, like in the last couple of years, I've been wanting to buy like a property in Mexico somewhere.
Oh, that's so
And but like because I'm here and stuff, I wouldn't be able to live in that place, but just like, buy a spot, um, fix it up, whatever it needs to be. But I just don't know. I'm fearful of trying to do that because of the unknown of me not being there to see if work's actually being done. Because I've been in Mexico with houses and some of the guys working on the houses are just over there sitting like in the shade drinking beers, and I'm like, what's going on here? So
okay,
I know how my people work sometimes over there. So I think that's one thing that I've been wanting to do, I think for the last like 7 years, but I haven't.
bro. I think you're a smart enough guy to figure out a solution in 7 years, bro. Family friend, something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could definitely work. Probably.
Okay, I like that though. I hope you're able to, see that come to fruition because that'd be sick.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we'll go to that question at the end, bro. We'll do some like quick, little fun questions to get your brain, not off seriousness. And
One thing that I think, okay, now I'm back to your question. This is gonna be funny,
which
I
one?
guess. One thing that I don't think is true, but a lot of people do, is that if you pull the gray hair out, it's a bad thing because then more grays come out. It's a
Okay,
saying, probably.
that is a saying. Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know?
So, Mhm. so the
So if
saying,
you start noticing some grays on your mustache, let's for example, and you see it, don't pull it out because the more are gonna grow. That's what people keep saying. But I don't
bro,
think it's true. Pull that
you don't
out.
think it's so you're saying pull it out,
Yeah, yeah. People think that's true. I actually had a teammate recently that said the same thing, but I don't think it's true. I think it's false.
bro. I,
Everyone says it's
I have
true.
like a little platinum hair. I pull it out, bro. I swear I've seen two. No.
See, I think that's false.
Oh my
I think
God.
it's I think it's the stress, the nerves. I don't know. I think it's the stress that's bringing in more.
Okay, bro. I have to check back in 15 years, bro. And you let me know.
Yeah,
You let me know, bro. You let me know how that is, bro. Oh man. Hey, I like that answer. That's a good one. That's a different one.
definitely different one. Not as deep.
No, but I'm definitely I'm on the other side of the spectrum, so I respect your answer.
All right, cool.
If I pull it, I'm two or three popping up. That's how it's going for sure.
Yeah. What
All
else you
right,
got?
bro. Okay, quick four fun questions, bro. It's just like literally just this or that, right? Is it football or soccer?
Football.
Okay, good. Good man. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Good man. Favorite cheat meal?
Sushi.
Oh, yeah, you are a big sushi guy. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite thing to do to unplug from soccer?
Favorite thing to do to unplug is like get into a movie, like set up like a little mini theater and get some snacks going and like leave your phone somewhere else and just
Ah,
get into a movie. No distractions.
I like that. Big movie guy. Big movie guy.
Big movie guy.
Let's see a movie soon. Big movie guy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to one soon. I
All
told you.
right. Yeah, I know. All right. What makes you passionate about the game of soccer?
What makes me passionate about the game is just the like how, I mean, how random it is. Like nothing like you've never played a game where they've been exactly the same. And it's like it's crazy. Like that like to first off, was passionate about playing soccer is winning for sure. That makes me passionate. Scoring goals and celebrating, that's freaking cool.
Okay.
I know you get hyped up for a good tackle, but that doesn't do anything for me.
Bro, what? Come on.
Honestly, like
Bro, come
I
on.
mean, when you do it and I see you do it, like it gets me going. But like if I do it, like I'm like, okay, I needed to tackle. It was probably not that great, but I did it. It doesn't hype me up, you know?
Man, I appreciate that. But I disagree, bro. I've seen you go to ground. You don't go to ground often, but
No,
I've
I
seen you
don't.
go to ground. I'm
I'm
like,
not very
okay.
good at it.
But when you do the go to ground, you win the ball. I'm like, okay, Oscar was trying to do something here. I like that, bro.
Yeah, but I want to go to ground one day where it's like where you like time it perfectly, you get the ball just like it looks like it's gonna be like a hard challenge and you just go straight through the ball. Maybe the person's foot is just slightly there.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
you want
but it's
ball, you want
all
some ball and
ball.
foot. You want some ball and foot.
Yeah, but I don't have I don't I don't ever try to do those because I'm just too scared of mistiming it and then like hurting somebody.
Okay.
I never want to hurt somebody.
Well, okay, I'm gonna start by saying neither do I, but I do understand that could be a part of it, bro, to be honest. So like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. That's why I've always been a tackling kid, bro, since I was like, that's why I honestly moved me back from winger to like fullback. I was that winger that was sliding into the defender, doing all that stuff, pressing the forward, all that stuff, like pressing the center back and stuff like that. And so, no, I hear you, bro. I don't think you're bad at tackling. I just don't think you do it as often. Like
I
as
think
I
I
go to,
did it when I was younger, but I think the moment that changed the way I like feel about tackling was I think it was U18. One of my teammates right next to me like went in for a 50-50 and he got there first, like with one foot bent and one straight, and the other kid's foot came in and hit the bent foot and just snapped. And so like all you saw was like his shin guard on the ground, and I was like this close to him,
oh, you're watching it?
and bones sticking out of his leg. And that was the grossest thing I'd ever seen. His name was Kyle Ballmat, I think, I believe. And ever since then, I was like, dude, he
Scares me.
went to the tackle. He won the tackle like a second before the other guy got there and his leg's broken. Crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, knock on wood on that. Yeah, man. As I'm getting older, I'm definitely trying to stand on my feet a bit more, and I'm also playing on turf, which is not it. But
No, turf is not it.
bro, my legs are just cooked right now. But from a full podcast standpoint, bro, this is all the questions that we had. I have one more, but once again, too much time, bro. You've been a great guest, bro. A lot
Hey,
of
thank you.
good snippets in there, man. It was great to pick your brain and yeah, man. I really appreciate having you on and yeah, brother. You
Hey,
know,
man, thanks for making it feel fun and easy to talk to. You know, that was good.
catch you guys next week. Deuces.
See ya.
Quincy Amarikwa here, and thanks again for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share it with someone you feel will get some value from it. And if you could take a moment to leave a review of our podcast wherever you're listening and let us know who you'd like us to interview next, we'll get working on that right away. You can listen to this full episode and more at perfectsoccerskills.com/radio. That's perfectsoccerskills.com/RADIO. You can also enter to win free weekly soccer prizes, goals, balls, jerseys, player meet and greets, and more by heading over to perfectsoccerskills.com/PSTM to enter to win for free today.